tell us a little bit about, your inspiration in creating your piece?
I think the main inspiration would be, it's sort of like a thesis project, the sort of, like that, my piece. So that enabled me to like look back at myself and like analyze who I am as a person. And I found that I'm very like controlling. I have like OCPD. So for this project, I really wanted to push myself to my limits. So I decided to create a project that sort of embraces the unknown. So what better way to experiment with everyday life happenings and the newspaper headlines that comes every single day, because like that's so unpredictable. And at one point I was very like so anxious because I didn't know how my project was going to look like. I didn't know what results I was going to get. But like I think the research part was really inspiring, because once people started donating how they define everyday life, I found that really like very insightful. And it's just really exciting to like take a glimpse of what people see about what everyday life is, and juxtaposing that with newspaper headlines. Normally newspapers like, oh, it's just bad news after bad news because that's what sells. But like juxtaposing that in a different environment makes you like really appreciate the power of combining text and images, and how from that you can create something meaningful and like.
And how has Adobe enabled that creation process for you and really kind of bring your work to reality?
I think the technology, if it didn't exist, I don't know what I would do. Like it's an enabler. So for our ideas to happen, you know what I mean? Like without these tools, I don't know, like we would do everything manually, and like I don't know how long it would take, and it's just it's a different process. But Adobe products, like really helps us a lot.
Can you kind of share with us, what enables you, or kind of what sparks that creative moment for you?
For me, the main thing that inspires me would be like looking at everyday life. Like observing people. I know that sounds a bit creepy, but like observing what happens everyday life, and like taking inspiration from that. And I think like why would you go far enough when it's just right in front of you? So.
And then how would you say that what you're doing and your work and your overall effort, how is that contributing to or impacting the world and changing the world?
Every time I do a project, my main goal would be to create something relevant and to create something meaningful. And I hope that from that, in one way or another, I can contribute to the design community and the relevance of it. So.
Great, thank you so much.